curiosity meets evidence, and combined ideas are explained clearly one discovery at a time. And of course, I have my special guest and soon to be my co host. Now I'm announcing you will be my co host. This coming 2026, no other than Mr. Mark Christensen. Welcome, Mr. Mark on Science 101. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I missed?
Yes. Thank you for having me here. The run through is I started out as a dancer when I was a teenager. I'm basically a pioneer of ideas. So I was an avid skateboarder through the 60s and 70s, became professional. While I was living in Colorado, so I took skateboarding to the slopes and helped invent the sport of snowboarding. I'm just a seeker, messenger kind of guy, so I wanted to play music and write lyrics, and that moved into filmmaking, and I've made a couple feature films. And that somehow, because of my obsession with science fiction, turned into science reality. So now here
Mm,
I am with Fungus Theory talking to you.
fungus theory. Right. And let's promote that, Mr. Mark. Fungus theory. But today, let's talk about the power of curiosity, how science explains our world. What it's all about.
Well, curiosity, uh, it's not a flaw, it's a feature, number one. And
Yes.
it's also kind of the fuel for discovery. Um, you're curious because of a void. There's a void of the lack of information that you need answers for. So it causes you to research and just discover, even just without an intention to do it. You just have this kind of innate drive to be curious, be curious whether you know it or not. I call this the void of psychosis in my book. And the void of psychosis is not a condition. I'm sorry, it is a condition and not a pathology. So humans before adopting the void of psychosis didn't understand curiosity completely. It's a brain evolutionary process. So uh, when we humans were first standing up, we weren't yet as curious as we are today because we haven't discovered this void of psychosis, which is stimulated from not knowing where we come from originally. We don't know our true origin. And I call that hidden true origin. So once the human brain is cognitive enough to understand that it cannot find out where it came from, then that hidden true origin causes a void that is somewhat psychotic. And this is what I think curiosity comes from. This is what makes you curious. It's also the fuel for it. And I don't think it's that voluntary to be curious.
Involuntary, don't you think?
I think so.
And people be curious because who knows, you will be the next Einstein, right? Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, that guy started young. He was very curious. The story of his dad handing him a pocket watch
Yes.
and him uh, uh, having that experience that there's always something behind everything. I mean, that's basically curiosity. And for that man, that's all it took, right?
Mm,
So now we know what the speed of light's all about.
true. So, Mr. Mark, neuroscience tell us curiosity literally changes the brain. Can you explain what's happening neurochemically when we are in a state of intense curiosity and why that state is so effective for learning?
Hmm. That's a good question. Chemically, uh, well, there's oxytocin and dopamine, reward mechanisms. So, and there's others, but basically, you're rewarded for discovering things from your own brain chemically.
Yes.
And you get addicted to that, obviously. That's why we're addicted addictive animals, and that's why there's drug addiction. But if you can manage that, you can be quite the discovery individual or an explorer of sorts, um, and rely on that dopamine reward properly after you discover things. That's my experience with it. Um, yeah, oxytocin, all that stuff really is a part of the reward mechanism. I don't think that's so voluntary as well.
We need to train it like a muscle, don't you think?
Well, it's a drug addiction,
Mm,
and you could see the movie stars. When tragically when their careers end, they keep needing that dopamine, so they do strange things. They find early deaths, and they end up in the street, on drugs because they
mm-hmm.
once you achieve that sense of dopamine, you're addicted to it for life. Um, but if you manage it properly and if you're very disciplined about it, you can use it for discovery and uh, and and allow yourself the proper rewarding that your body gives to you. Another way of looking at it is it's stronger than heroin, and you
Mm-hmm.
inject it into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So and not to erase the free will argument, because we do have free will, but I don't think that that's so involuntary that you have free will. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, Sir Mark, children are famously curious, yet many adults seems to lose that trait. Is this an inevitable part of maturation, or is it a culturally, socially conditioned? What causes curiosity gap?
It's like a vacuum of unresolved questions. Uh, every it seems like every time a big answer does get resolved, it just opens up a plethora of more things to resolve. So
Mm,
it's a driving force that you can't stop. You had a question there about children and adults. I
mm-hmm.
think that because it's like a drug addiction, you're going to become obsessed with it. Adults that don't have that anymore, I think, are pretty much childbearing adults, uh, and that is a huge task. I don't have children. Uh, I think that I escaped that area of life because I'm such a brainiac. I think it's my fault. But if I had any kids at all, I don't know if I'd be this guy. This brainiac thinking scientist guy would be. I could be bummed out and divorced 2 times, and I think that's just draining on an adult, and they just lose. They never get invited into that dopamine self reward mechanism from discovery and curiosity. Yeah.
On curiosity as the engine of science, Mr. Mark. The
Mm-hmm.
scientific method is often presented as a rigid, step by step process, but where does the initial message spark of curiosity, the what if, or I wonder why, fit into the formal structure?
In the formal structure,
Yes,
meaning
please.
of society,
In general.
yeah, in general, I think that once something is cognified, an idea, then the vacuum is opened again. It just you even receiving information gives you a dopamine rush. Well, you've learned something about humanity. Uh, you get this signification of your own existence, and that gives you a little bit of dopamine. Like you understand why you're here more, and that's just a continuous process that will never get filled because of hidden true origin and the void of psychosis.
So, can you share an example of a major scientific discovery that was driven not by a targeted goal, but purely by a scientist's unstructured, playful curiosity about oddity and the observe?
Hmm, that's a good question. Uh, it, but to find a good one, I'd need a few minutes. But I mean, if you look at any discovery, like discovery of DNA and
Yes.
uh, boy, what a great understanding that is to know that what you're made up of, and how you came to be physiologically. Um, everybody knows DNA, everybody knows RNA today, and uh, 50 years ago we didn't. So,
True.
uh, but then that opens up, a huge vacuum for needing to, answer more questions, and of course, curiosity. Uh, I look at the bigger engine of what's going on biologically with Earth and animals, and there's the beginning of Earth, and that there's an end of Earth, and they're both very significant in showing us what this system is trying to produce, um, and it cannot be produced without curiosity, and that curiosity is stimulated through, like we said, the dopamine mechanisms, reward mechanisms, and the need to answer um, the questions that will never go away. Every time you answer one, there's two more. So
Yes. Two more and
uh,
becoming more, right?
becoming more.
Yes. So how does
There are
this?
better exa-
Yes,
there are
God.
better examples. I have to think about it to come up with some better examples.
Yes.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So how does the scientist manage the tension between the following their specific discipline inquiry and remaining openly curious to unexpected results or failed or experiments that could be lead somewhere new?
Um, it's a deep question. I would say, the you're filling a void constantly. Uh,
Yes.
as long as we don't know where we came from, there's always going to be curiosity. As soon as we find out where we do come from, then there's no need for it. And to continue that, the physics in our universe makes sure of it, that you cannot go back in evolution far enough to find out where we came from, and that there's nothing in front of us to show a direction of where we're going. So we're in a condition to constantly deal with uh, basically, surviving and adapting to new environments. And we've been doing that all this time, and we'll be doing it forever, including, as the end of Earth uh, grows near, the environment will change so much that we'll just need to adapt to that. And besides, what's the most curious thing we have left uh, after scouring the Earth with all of our inventions and discoveries is space and space travel. That's the most curious place we have left. That and
True.
what's ever at the bottom of the ocean.
Yes. How do we go beyond our solar system in just 1 minute? Mm, that's
Hmm.
interesting. Don't you think, Mr. Mark?
In 1 minute, well, it sounds like you have the answer to that. How do you?
Abracadabra! In 1 minute, go beyond our solar system is imaginable, right? If we have that technology for sure, we go beyond the Milky Way. Don't you think?
The well, it's there for us to go beyond. See,
Yes.
so how would it be a no? It's hard to conceive today that that would be a goal, but we have 3 trillion years before all the light burns out, and I think that's
Trillion
plenty of.
years
That's
before
when
the
light
sun
starts to burn out.
explodes. Do you think
Well, our
our
sun's going to.
yes, Mr. Mark, do you
I'm
think our
sorry.
humanity will be saved from this doomsday?
Uh, yes and no. The yes is yes, but we will be the ones saving ourselves from that, and that's what it's all about. It's about
Mm,
becoming brain capable of developing the technologies to survive an inevitable end. And I call this technical evacuation standards. So there's a certain amount of technology that have to meet these standards to not only leave Earth, but to leave Earth indefinitely. And until we meet those, we're going to die with the Earth. And I think that's the goal. I think that's the God goal, if you want to say,
mm-hmm.
to the continuation of curiosity and answering those unknown questions. I don't think we would be motivated to do it otherwise. See?
True. So do you think that okay, if we stay on Earth and we together with the sun, and we after that we create a new life again? I think that's evolution. Do you think that will be the process of life?
You mean to die as a
Yes,
species and become something else?
yes, because we are part
Like
of those.
yeah,
Right?
you
They
mean to
said
be
we
like
are part of the sun. Everything in the universe is a part of us. So if we will all die and well, or our dashes or ashes, it will bring back those life that will support a new life.
you mean like transferring our energy into another life form
Mm,
or reincarnation?
yes, in short, yes. Is it?
Well, those are great ideas, and I like them. But uh, we can already see that what life is about today was about having to survive so many different um, evolutionary processes to become what we are. And I don't think that that stops. I think that we're engaged in that all the way to the end, and that includes preparing to leave an environment that no one can support or support any life here. Um, that that's already in stone for me. You know I know that we will be successful at that.
Mm,
That we will be able to leave Earth entirely, whatever that is, whether it's finding another planet or just living inside a big mothership. Those are really the only two things. But one thing is for sure, we have to leave the entire solar system in order to survive this catastrophic solar event one day. Um,
yes.
I just it's to me it's obvious that is the structure of growth that we're in, that we have to continue these uh, technologies until they meet the standards of self sufficiency and eternally. So it would be called eternal self sufficiency.
Mm.
It's a it's a,
It's a deep discussion, but people
yeah.
tune in for our new tandem. This coming 2026, my new co host, Mr. Mark L. Christensen. We will talk about more deeper about the universe. Ah, awesome. So the fungus theory, what make you curious about it?
Uh, it was a conceptual idea at first, but something happens to you psychologically and physiologically when you have a concrete idea come into you. You literally physically change. I remember a lot of stress just leaving my body, and I remember saying to myself, oh, it's just not that easy. It's just couldn't be that easy. That's simple. Of an idea that everything is one large fungus producing a spore to leave Earth. But uh, I tried putting it down. I tried to talking myself out of even thinking about the fact that I would have to go back to college and get a degree in physics or biology to try and figure this out. But it would never leave my mind. So when I started to do just like little research things on the internet, I just fell into it, and it was feeding itself. All the stuff was coming in, and I was writing it down, and was able to really go, wow, this idea uh, that everything is a large fungus is, carries a lot of weight. And I just fell into this long it, it, it was like channeling. So I ended up with this book after 8 years of evidence, basically.
And thank God you shared to the world. So the fungus theory, what is all about, Mr. Mark?
Yeah. Well, it's the simple idea is that uh, if you wanted to produce smart thinking animals, you couldn't do it from waving a magic wand or just making them appear. You would have to grow these smart people. Uh, the only way that you could do that is to grow it to the point where it's extremely intelligent. But the catch 22 is it'll be smart enough to figure out that you are growing it. So how do you hide that? Because that's the end of its growth process. If you want extremely intelligent organisms, you have to grow it in an environment where it cannot discover the grower at all. And that's what our universe actually looks like. It looks like the development of atoms and everything else afterwards is a process that completely hides us and anything else that's going to become intelligent away from the the farmer, basically. Whoever is farming us is hidden, and it's extremely obvious to me that that's the structure we're in. Everything expanding in the universe, every piece of matter is there for us to visualize and transport to, but it it's there as random. uh, what's a good word for it? It's like it's trying to keep us from detecting any sense of structure that would describe our origin or where we're from. So, with that being the case, we'll never find it, and we'll always be curious and discovering more things, and we'll be this discovery animal for eternity. And you can fabricate the end of that growth process in many different ways, but one is obviously if we're being grown as a conscious growth product, then there's got to be a day of harvesting, like any product. So this the simple idea is that this is the only way you could do it is through expanding matter, uh, and the biology that supports it originated from a fungus, and so that's why we're all fungus, and eventually uh, doomed to be the spores of that fungus one day.
So, Mr. Mark, what will be the next after fungus theory?
As far as a book,
Yes.
I'm working on one called Cosmonosis, which is evidence of the intent to grow intelligent life through a fungus in an expanding universe. A much more simpler book so that you don't have to have a college degree to read it.
Mr. Mark, make me use simple, a layman terms for sure. So, Mr.
Yeah,
Mark, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, up book 101 review in fifth
fabulous.
season too, comedy 101 in third season, and food 101 is sixth season already this December. Geography 101 love letters, movie 101 review, music 101 of fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 coming third season, people. Mental Health 101, Law 101, Bible Verses 101, Entrepreneurship 101, and Motivation 101 are my baby podcasts. So please listen to them wherever you listen your podcasts. So, Mr. Mark, finally, tell us if you could instill one core habit of curious, scientifically thinker in every person, what would it be and why?
Wow. Well, once you can feed your curiosity of something, wherever you're at in the discovery of your own life, you become more signified and fulfilled by answering that curiosity, whatever it is. And it really is the enthusiasm and the human inspiration for living is to really feed that curiosity. So remain inspired as a human. Just go out there and answer all the questions you have, even if they're simple. They're always going to grow into more. So stay curious.
Yes. Stay curious, people. Stay curious. Again, who knows? You will be the next Einstein, Newton. What else?
Yeah.
Oh, the next scientist that invent a machine or system that in 1 minute we will go to Andromeda galaxy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That'd be nice.
Not abracadabra, but it's a system that okay, in 1 minute you everywhere you are in the universe. Imagine
Yeah. Quantum physics probably
quantum
is where that
physics.
lies. Yeah.
Yes, we need that, right? I think that we need
Yeah.
to focus to live beyond our solar system because sooner or
Mm-hmm.
later we'll be in doom. Let's save our
Yes.
humanity through our puny mind, people. Let's
Yeah.
start. Let's salute Mr. Elon Musk for doing that. Don't you think? Go beyond,
Absolutely.
go beyond Mars is something good. We start with Mars, and then what next? The moon of Saturn, and then what next? Something that they said baby steps. I think that's the initial step that
Yeah.
we conquer the solar system itself first. And then we go beyond
Yes.
our solar system. We go after that, we go to Andromeda galaxy. And then they we collide.
Well, we've been doing it. We came from water to land, and the land to sky, and then from sky to space, then
Mm,
from space to the moon, then from moon to Mars, and moon to Jupiter. And we'll find a way. We've been finding a way. So there's obviously proof that we will find a way to leave the solar system
we will find a way. Yes,
and
I
catch.
believe our humanity. Don't you think, Mr. Mark? Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Thank you so much for saying yes to be my co-host on Science 101. And I'm thinking, Mr. Mark, our first episode next year will be the Andromeda galaxy and our galaxy will collide. Is it true?
Yes.
Big question. Milky Way and Andromeda will collide sooner or later and will create a massive. Oh, and then
Yeah. And
another.
there's a
Go
rumor
ahead.
that there's a third one that will
Oh,
collide too. There's a rumor. I'll look into it.
three all now. They collide at three galaxies. Oh
Yeah.
my
Milk
goodness.
milk drama. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, milk drama.
Milk drama.
Imagine.
Yeah.
And I think that is happening anywhere else in the universe. It so happened that we cannot see it, we cannot witness it because we are so just like a dust, not even a dust in the universe. Well, comparing to a
We're
dust, we are so
dust in the
tiny.
universe.
Yes, we are a
Yeah.
dust. So that's why we cannot
Well,
witness
there's
it.
trillions of galaxies. I mean, trillions of galaxies. It's like, what is that? So it's,
Not
it's
even, I
crazy.
think, not even a DOS. Yeah, Mr. Mark.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
smallest thing aside from DOS? Nothing?
Well, it's a
Atoms?
Higgs boson.
How's
A Higgs
boson?
boson. It lasts for
Okay.
point
Mm.
0.158 seconds long, and then it disappears. It's just crazy.
Are we like that? Are we disappearing after just 1 minute? We're just like a bubble and then blue. So that is already like a trillion years in the universe.
Exactly.
My God. So, Mr. Mark, will you please plug in your book?
Yes, it's Fungus Theory of Conscious Growth. It's on Amazon. It's affordable. It's college level reading, but very interesting anyway. Just go from header to header until you find something interesting. And it's basically just a book of facts and evidence.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Mark L. Christensen because if you support him for sure, more and more empowering books like this will rise. And people, we are not just bubbles in the universe. We need to prove it that we are something. We are something in the universe. So, Mr.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you again. And we'll see you in the future. Another
Yes, more,
topic.
more come people. See you soon.
Yes.